So the product of two binomials occurs more often than other type of polynomial multiplications, and because of this, we are going to be working on learning how to multiply binomials by binomials. There is a very important acronym that we use to multiply binomials by binomials, and the acronym is FOIL. So we're going to learn how to FOIL binomials. So let's start with an example, and we're going to show you how we get to the acronym FOIL. So if we multiply the binomial x plus 2 times the binomial x plus 3, we need to do the distributive property twice. So think about multiplying x plus 2 times x and multiplying x plus 2 times 3. If you multiply x plus 2 times x, you need to do the distributive property again. So x times x is x squared, 2 times x is 2x, and then I have 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 2 is 6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the order of these two terms. I can do that because I'm adding, and remember that you can change the orders with adding by the commutative property of addition, and you do not affect the result of the addition. So in sum, if I'm multiplying x plus 2 times x plus 3, I get x plus 2, x squared rather, plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. So where do we get x squared? So x squared is obtained by multiplying x times x, and that basically stands for first. So first means multiplying the two first terms together. Let me look at the 3x. The 3x, I obtain 3x by multiplying x times 3, which means I'm multiplying the outside terms or the terms of the extreme left and the extreme right, the extreme left and extreme right of the two binomials. So I'm going to be calling that the outer. So I have the F, I have the O. What about the 2x? I get the 2x by multiplying 2 times x, and 2 and x stands for inner, and mean I'm multiplying the inside terms. 2 and x are inside terms, that therefore 2x stands for the multiplication of the inner terms. So that's where I get my I. So I know where I have my F, where I have my O, and where I have my I. Now where do I get the 6? I get the 6 by multiplying 2 times 3, 6 by multiplying 2 times 3. Therefore, L stands for last. It means I'm multiplying the last two terms together. So F-O-I-L. F stands for first. That means multiply the first two terms together. O stands for outer. That means multiply the outside terms. I stands for inner and means multiply the inside terms, and L stands for last and means multiply the last two terms together. So let's go with an example. Let's just do these examples. They are pretty much very easy. Okay, so we should not have any problems with that. So let's start with the first. So first is x times x, that gives me x squared, and then the outside, that will give me 4x, the inside, that will give me 2x, and the last with me an 8. I can combine these two, and that would be x squared, right? Let me see, I'm having trouble with my pencil here. That would be x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, so that's the first answer. Okay, let's go with the second, and the second I'm going to go first, x and x, outside, inner, 1 times x is x, and last, and that's x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, this 3x comes from 2x plus x. Okay, here it goes. First, outside, inside, and last. Now I'm going to combine these two. It will give me x squared plus 9x plus 20. Okay, now let me go here. Now I have two negative signs, and that will be x squared minus x times 1, x minus 8x plus 8, and I can combine these two. That will be x squared minus 9x plus 8. Okay, remember that you need to combine the negative x and the negative 8. Okay, the negative x and the negative 8x. So let me go now with x minus 7 and x minus 1. That will be x squared minus x minus 7x plus 7. And that will mean x squared minus 8x plus 7. You need to combine these two terms. Okay, let me do this example now. It will be y squared plus y minus 2y minus 2. Y is because y times 1 is a y, negative 2 times y is a negative 2y. Okay, so if I'm combining these two, I get y squared minus y minus 2. Okay, let me do this one right here. That will be t squared minus 3t plus t minus 3. Combining these two, I will get t squared minus 2t, and this is a negative minus 3. Okay, now let's do these ones right here. That will be x squared minus 4x plus 5x minus 20. Combine these two will be x squared plus x minus 20, and now I have my equation. Okay, so basically this is really what you need to know when you are doing a FOIL. Now let's suppose that we look at the FOIL, or let's just look at the FOIL one more time and see if we can understand the pattern in the foiling. So if we do the foiling in here, we'll get in x plus 2 times x plus 3, we get x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6, right? So we get, this is f, the 3x, the 2x is the inside, and 6 is the last. So this is O and I, and then combining, I get x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now I want you to notice that you obtain the 5 by adding the 2 and the 3, and you obtain the 6 by multiplying the 2 and the 3. Now this is something that applies when the leading coefficient, or the coefficient of the x squared, is a 1. Okay, so when we have that coefficient being a 1, in other words, the number, the coefficient that goes with the quadratic term is 1, the a value, then we can rewrite this into a, a, a product where the middle term is the sum of the two numbers, and the last term is the product of the two numbers. So let's see if we can do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo these problems, and I'm going to see if my answers match the answers I obtained by FOIL. Okay, so here will be x squared. 2 plus 4 is 6x. 2 times 4 is A. So this is the same answer I'm getting by using FOIL. Let me do this one more time. X squared. 1 plus 2 is 3x. 1 times 2 is 2. So x squared plus 3x plus 2. Now let me do C. X squared. 5 plus 4 is a 9x. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, and it's the same answer I get doing FOIL. Let me do with the negatives. X squared, negative 8 and negative 1 is negative 9x. Negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8. And this is the same answer I'm getting doing the other way. Let me do this problem now. In here I have x squared, negative 7 and negative 1 is negative 8x. And negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. Okay, so I get the same answer. Y squared minus y minus 2, right? The two numbers, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. T squared, 1 minus 3 is negative 2t. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Yes, and finally this last example, I get x squared, and then I get 5 plus negative 4 is 1x, and if I time it, I get a 20. Okay, so if I am multiplying x plus a times x plus b, right, I'm going to get x squared plus mx plus n. This m value is going to be the same thing as a plus b, and this n value is going to be the same as a times b. Okay, now you can do these examples without looking at the FOIL. Okay, one more time just to practice, just to make sure that we have it. So it would be x squared, 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 times 3 is 6, x squared, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 times 2 is 2, x squared, 5 plus 4 is 9, 5 times 4 is 20, x squared, negative a and negative 1 is negative 9, negative 8 times negative 1 is positive a, x squared, negative 8x plus 7, y squared minus y minus 2, t squared plus, you're adding those two numbers, 1 plus negative 3, you get negative 2t minus 3, and then this one is x squared plus x minus 20. Okay, again, add them, you get the middle, add them, you get a term in the middle, multiply them, you get the last term.